No more suspense. The Senate trial is on because now House Speaker Nancy Pelosi made it official. And the White House says, let's go.
I mean, the trial will start. We're ready for it.
Ready or not, it's coming. Today, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi made history in a letter to House Democrats when she said, in part, I have asked Judiciary Committee Chairman Jerry Nadler to be prepared to bring to the floor next week a resolution to appoint managers and transmit articles of impeachment to the Senate.
On this vote, the yeas are 229, the nays are 198, present is 1. Article 2 is adopted.
It's been more than 3 weeks since the House passed 2 articles of impeachment against the president, one for abuse of power, the other obstruction of Congress. But rather than send the articles right over to the Senate so the trial could get started, Speaker Pelosi decided to hold off. Every time she was asked about it, she gave the same answer, as recently as yesterday.
As I said right from the start, we need to see the arena in which we are sending our managers. Is that too much to ask?
Another way you could have put that question is, will it be an arena with witnesses or without them? The answer would help her to decide which attorney she wants to appoint as managers to make the House's case in front of the Senate.
This is about protecting our Constitution.
She's trying to accomplish a fair process.
And Democrats say a fair process would require compelling witnesses with firsthand knowledge about what happened in the Ukraine affair to testify, including acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, and former National Security Advisor John Bolton. Republican Senate Leader Mitch McConnell says forget about it. No witnesses are necessary. All that's needed after both sides make their arguments is a vote, and he says a sure acquittal. But for the Democrats to get their witnesses, they'll have to persuade at least 4 Republicans to go along with them. Republican Senator from Maine Susan Collins gives them some hope.
I am working with a group of Republican senators and our leaders to see if we can come to an agreement on some language that would be in the initial resolution setting out the parameters of the trial in the Senate that would include an opportunity for the House to call witnesses and the President's Counsel to also call witnesses.
One key potential witness, former National Security Advisor John Bolton, has agreed to testify if he gets a subpoena from the Senate. But even if he is called, President Trump told Fox News he'll step in to prevent Bolton from telling the Senate what he knows.
Other things,
you're going to invoke executive privilege?
Well, I think you have to for the sake of the office.
Speaker Pelosi said on Twitter, Americans now have seen what is at stake in a fair trial with witnesses and evidence, and new evidence has emerged. Every senator will have to vote. Is there loyalty to the president or the Constitution? GOP House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy of Bakersfield responded to Pelosi with this. Alexa, what is the definition of hypocrisy? And as for timeline, it could move very quickly if the articles are transmitted by mid-next week. The White House and many Republicans are hoping for an acquittal before the president gives his State of the Union speech on February 4th. That's less than a month away. Of course, if witnesses are brought into the mix, the trial could go much longer. Stay tuned.